What is to be done with the people who did not die of scream? Scream means, let's say you're in a supermarket and you open a box of Cheerios in the aisle of the Cheerios section, and you try to eat some of it in the supermarket. Then scream is like when you just leave the box there, either on the shelf or on the floor, and somebody else finds it's not really presentable for shoppers. That's scream. But to me, it's scream that you're shopping while I'm alive because you owe that you paid everything out to the creation of myself because I'm here. This is my self, but it's not my world with you in it. You're not doing it. You're deceased. And you didn't decease yourself out of scream. You forked up and you gluttoned everything in sight and you made it an exaggerated problem for me to be alive here. I don't come in reverse. I would not. I did make one of what you would say decision. I died. I did that, but I didn't do anything after that. And it's all been happening to myself. And I'm not sure you believe in it at this point because it's not going well for you. And then it's going to get worse. I can't make this world again for all the survivors, if you say it that way. People who survived past that the property died. Yeah, and you still needed the property to solve your body that wasn't deceased. You reached for gluttony and you made a very bad problem for that there are so many of you and you don't have a place to go, but you are teaming up against myself saying that there are very many of you who need the world property, but it's died. It's died. It died. You hurt myself. You knew you hurt me and you didn't stop even just because you had no motive. And I don't have leverage to alive the property anymore, and that means that you don't have leverage that way alone. You just say that you don't know that. You don't know that is true the wrong way. You're due homeless. That's you gluttoning. If you don't know something, you're gluttoning. That means you don't know because you did something wrong maliciously against the creation of yourself, and you don't know things that way, and that's your fault. That's why you can't always ask questions because you don't always have authority to ask. You don't have the A in ask. There are Black people who use the word ask, and they do that deliberately. They don't use the word ask because they are saying they are not asked, but they do acknowledge sometimes that can be mean. It's both. You can acknowledge that you don't ask the question, or you can do something that's below asking a question, which is forcing yourself on somebody, and you're not supposed to do that. But I'm saying that's where I heard the word AKS, like AKS. And I'm also trying to say it this way. I don't have karma to be here at all. And the way you treated me is so hysterical. You wouldn't do that to yourselves until I see that you just neglect one another when you glutton. You don't know why you don't glutton alone. Yeah. The movie Seven with Brad Pitt, they say something about seven sins and gluttony. Wow, that was a very long time ago. I'm going to review it after I make this video. There's something about gluttony, and somebody died in the movie of gluttony. But that it showed, from my point of view, that he died alone. He was fat and he died alone. But that's not true that gluttony is alone in this world. It might be trying to show what is the definition of gluttony, but that's because when you eat, the food goes in one person's mouth. But you are gluttoning in public. You have a public food supply. And you have restaurants that are really obscene gluttoning many tables at the same time when you're in there. I just don't know what to tell you about your gluttony. It made me so homeless that when I was homeless, I didn't die. I survived that I was homeless outside without any place to live, with any sort of way to be myself, while you're alive, still going through the threatening. You're exhausting your threatening so that you don't alive anymore, and you don't know that about yourselves. Again, you are gluttoning so that you don't know where you're going, and that's also true that you don't panic. Chris Tucker, police officer, blackmail, adultery in Rush Hour movies. He is always showing you ways that you panic or don't panic in crowds. He's in Asia in that scenario, and you have that problem in America. He is an American.